Join me as I take on a life-changing money challenge and see if I can stick to my budget for an entire month. I've been on a journey to transform my relationship with money, and I'm excited to share it with you. This challenge has been life-changing, and I'm hoping it can be for you too. To be honest, I've struggled with money for a while. I've had moments where I've felt overwhelmed by debt, and I've had to get creative with my finances just to make ends meet. I've always been someone who lives paycheck to paycheck, never really thinking about the long-term implications of my spending habits. My financial struggles weren't just about not having enough money, they were also about not having a clear understanding of where my money was going. I've always been a bit of a spender, loving to treat myself to the latest gadgets or trendy clothes. But as much as I loved the instant gratification, I knew it wasn't sustainable. I've had to admit to myself that my spending habits were not only affecting my financial stability but also causing me a lot of stress. I've been trying to cut back on unnecessary expenses, but it's hard when you're used to living a certain way. One thing that really made me realize I needed to make a change was when I saw how much money I was wasting on subscription services I didn't even use. It was a wake-up call, and I knew I had to take control of my finances. I started to look for ways to save money and make my money work for me, rather than the other way around. I decided to take on a challenge that would push me to be more mindful of my spending and to make some significant changes to my financial habits. The challenge was to track every single transaction I made for a month and to stick to a strict budget. I had to categorize my expenses and set limits for myself, which was harder than I thought it would be. At first, it was tough. I had to be super disciplined and make some tough decisions about what was really important to me. There were times when I felt like I was missing out on things I wanted, but I kept reminding myself of my goals. I started to see the progress I was making, and that motivated me to keep going. One of the biggest highs of the challenge was seeing how much money I could save by just being more mindful of my spending. I was amazed at how much I was wasting on things that didn't really matter to me. On the other hand, there were some lows, like when I had to say no to social events because they didn't fit within my budget. But, in the end, it was worth it. A significant breakthrough I had during the challenge was realizing that money stress is often not just about money, it's about the emotions and the values attached to it. I started to understand that my spending habits were often a reflection of my fears and desires, rather than just about the money itself. This experience completely shifted my perspective on money. I no longer see it as just a means to buy things, but as a tool to live the life I want. I've started to make more intentional financial decisions, and it's been incredibly freeing. The challenge taught me that small changes can add up to make a big difference. I've learned to prioritize my spending, to save regularly, and to invest in myself. My key takeaway is that taking control of your finances is not just about cutting costs, it's about creating a life that aligns with your values. If you've taken on a similar challenge or have tips to share, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Also, be sure to check out my next video where I share more financial tips and strategies. Thanks for joining me on this journey, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.